Well, looky here. You are listening to someone who is bold, authentic, diverse, unpredictable. Baby, I am unapologetically Ramon, and you have entered my zone, the QB zone, baby. Hello, somebody.
and 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 there's no objection.
So I'm excited to and intrigued to have this next conversation to continue on celebrating young fathers who are doing a great job and getting some perspective on what dating is and has been like for them. And so next up, I have another good friend of mine, Mr. Nick McGriff. He is a proud graduate of Edward Waters College. He is also my classmate from Palm Bay High. And I want to say that when this episode airs for Father's Day, you guys will not have seen his episode yet. But nonetheless, I will go ahead and say that he's also a proud member of Class Fraternity Incorporated. And so here today, next up, we have Mr. Nick McGriff. What's going on, sir?
I'm all right. All right. Thank you for inviting
Absolutely, absolutely. Thanks for always support. So, first up, sir, you are a proud father.
me.
You
Yes,
and my first guest became father at a young age in your 20. Who was 20 what?
I was. She's 13, so I was what? Let's do the math. And it's been a while. So I was 23.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
Three,
You about what,
23.
junior, senior? We were about what, junior, seniors in college, or were you out?
Yeah, yeah. No. I was a senior on my last semester
Okay, okay.
on
What does
internship.
fatherhood mean to you? And what are some of the traits that you feel make you a really good father?
Fatherhood. I think being a provider, support, unconditional love. The good and the bad. Um, being a role model. Um, and caring and willing to go above and beyond for your kids or any kids that come in contact with you.
Absolutely, absolutely. Growing up, what, if any at all, what was your father's presence in your life?
Uh, two things. He wasn't in the house,
Okay.
but he was around. What I can say, I've never saw my mom and my dad fight.
Mm,
He can come to the house and pick me up. He can come inside, sit on the couch, whatever. You know. If I want to see him, she didn't mind taking me to the job, sitting outside. I go inside, see my dad, talk to him, have a good time.
right.
Or if I want to go around the house and pick him, stay the night, she didn't mind. She
That's
had
good.
mom had 4 boys, so she didn't mind. My dad coming to the house, hanging out, and they work. He worked around town, so I have a great um, history or great relationship with my dad.
Okay. And so I think that's great because a lot of us don't. And so it kind of leaves a gap as far as what we should do as fatherhood or what that example looks like. So I think it's good that you had an example of not just what a good father looks like, not having to live in a home. 'Cause I think sometimes it gets misconstrued that, oh, we got to be together as a couple to be good parents. But you
Right.
also saw a really good example of what it looks like to co-parent without some of the negativity that people tend to deal with. And we'll definitely go into that. In regards to and because you are a girl dad, my first guest had a son, you have a daughter. What would you say are three of your favorite things about your child?
Um, she's funny. She likes to have fun.
Well, her daddy a fool, so I'm sure that was a hard for her
Correct,
to get.
correct. It's a lot, man, but I like her attitude. It's not the great. When you talk to her, it changes.
Mhm,
Um, she's very helpful,
mhm.
very respectful. I'm big on that. Be helpful, be respectful.
Right.
Um, you're not better than anybody else,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
and don't compare yourself to anybody else. So she's willing to learn. She's very like outgoing.
When you look at your journey of fatherhood, how would you describe it? And what are two lessons that you learned?
Whew. It it can be rough. Um, you're always learning. You're always trying to do better. For me, doing better is always the key. Trying to do more. Always trying to be there
Absolutely.
when I can. And it's not about the money. It's all about the time. I'm big on time. Like spend your time. If it's going to the park, going to the movies, going for a walk, put that time in. Um, but when I didn't have the money to provide for certain things, I was there. If I couldn't put in on the school function, I was there to help out. As a volunteer. So the hard part was this, not knowing what to do. Like there's no book on fatherhood.
Absolutely.
You can call my dad, but hey, son, I had a kid. 1980, now 2007. I don't.
Right. Right.
I mean, you can Google stuff, but really, um, but the grandparents and the mom, grandma, they all supported me. We took turns, and I just learned as I went, man. You know.
I think it's great that you mentioned when you couldn't afford certain things, that your presence was still there. And I just remember, of course, I remember when she, we've been friends since high school, so of course I knew when she got, the mother got pregnant. And I just remember a lot of the conversations and stories that you shared throughout the years, just the whole journey of fatherhood and just co-parenting and, us graduating from college and just trying to get on our feet, trying to be stable, trying to be the men we wanted to be, and just some of the hurdles. And I can
Right.
honestly say that you were always so active. And anytime we had a conversation, it was, of course I would ask about, how she's doing, but if you had to drive up and down 95, because you moved back home, you was dedicated. It was dedicated. It was a priority, and that goes into the fact that as a father, you're the first man your daughter falls in love with. And
Right.
so you being that presence and being the type of father you are, I think is great because she gets older, starts interacting with boys. Can't no knucklehead just come to her and say whatever to her, and it has any kind of effect because it's like, oh, my daddy already told me I'm distant third, so it ain't gonna be no surprise to Dante down the street. It ain't gonna be a surprise coming from Dante down the street that, oh, you cute or you smart, distant third. So I think that's good.
Right.
Was that something that was intentional for you to make sure that you was that type of father from that perspective, or did it just kind of just happen?
Truly, I had to learn. For me, well, most guys are not really like what's the word? Affectionate or like positive reinforcement. Like, baby, you're beautiful. Good job. Looking good today. All right, I see you now. Like, I wasn't big on those positive words, and I had to learn, from her mom or even my job working with kids. Always positive reinforcement. Was it verbal, if it's food, but your kids always positive. Hey, man, looking good. Good job in school. Great job helping out. So I had to learn that. Coming along, And I always wanted to be in my kid's life, like my dad was. And maybe he wasn't in the household, but he was always there.
Right.
It wasn't about all the financial because we didn't have the financial means, but if I needed something and I gave him enough time to get it, he would go get it.
Absolutely.
But doing more positive reinforcement, baby, good job. You know, I like that. You're looking good. You're smart. You're beautiful. You know, encouraging. You gotta build your kids up.
Absolutely.
Because if not, who will?
Mm-hmm.
You know. And then that bond with her mother, it wasn't always great.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just very very patient, very nice, and very
You really
humble,
are. Yeah.
and not like a not like in a bragging sense, but I'm just a patient guy in general. We didn't see eye to eye all the time, but at the end of the day, it's about the kids and her.
If you
She
say
had
you
good
had a lot of
attention.
tolerance.
Yes, very talented, and I dealt with a lot, you know. And, I mean, so did she
Correct.
on her end, but because there's no book on being a parent. We're
Right.
both young and we're both just, you know, trying to make it.
Right. Right. So with that being said, in regards to the type of father we've said that you are, what is your perspective on the saying? I personally hate the saying, but when you hear people say, if you've heard people say, but men that say, "Oh, I'm a great daddy because I pay my child support."
Say that again.
Men that say, "I'm a great daddy because I pay my child support."
That doesn't make you a great dad. 'Cause money comes and goes. It's the time that you put in is what they remember. You know, I don't remember. I mean, I remember what we didn't have, but I do remember when my dad was there, came to the school, football practice. Those that I remember, that I do remember. Um, Paying child support is just paying child support. I mean,
Right.
we all pay something. I'm not on child support, but we do have I would do a monthly, you know, arrangement with her mom and vice versa. But I'm not on no child support.
Mm-hmm.
And if I was, I'm still do what I gotta do for my child.
Absolutely.
But how do I say this? Some relationships are all about money. Get my child support, leave me alone. Okay, pay your money, leave me alone.
Right.
Because it can be a hassle, man. Like truly, I've been there with like, you know what? I'm gone. Because life already hard enough. On top of this, you're nagging, and you know what? I'm finna run, shoot, but I didn't.
Right.
But I've seen some guys that say, you know what? Man, forget that. I'm out, and they're gone. You know, and now that child has no father because y'all can't see eye to eye,
Right.
or somebody's jealous of somebody else. But at the end of the day, it's about a child. You know, he or she didn't actually come in this world. Y'all made the child on accident, or y'all made it regardless. But it's here now.
So talk about your co-parenting journey on where it was, where it is now, and one or two things that you feel helps it to work now.
Now I know her and I know me. So, and I don't argue.
That is true.
We get good. She wants to argue. I don't argue. So that's one thing that I just never have done. That's how you feel. Okay, great. That's how I feel. Boom. Now
Right.
that's all I can do. So now, since we're older and she's older, you know, I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna tell you what I need, or what can we do together to work together. If not, and then so be it. But like now, you know, we have a set agreement of what I pay or what she pays or what the monthly fee is, and I get her on these set days, and that's it. If you want to argue or debate, you can debate. We can have a conversation. But once you get to cussing and carrying on and yelling, then I get quiet. Right. I get quiet, and she knows that. So after that, I'm about to hang up because there's no reason for me cussing and carrying on. We're 2 hours apart. We can talk like we're adults. You don't do that at your job. Don't do that to me.
Right.
Don't call me on my job cussing and carrying on. I'm off at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. You can wait till then, and vice versa.
Right.
That's respect. That's now. Now in the beginning it was rough. We're both young, and I want to go, she want to go, or I had it on these days, or vice versa. But we were together for the first couple of years, so it was great. We was working, teammates.
Right.
My days, your days, or you take her, I pick her up. Then once we split, then it comes the the time part. Who has more time? Who has less time? Who's doing more? Who's doing less?
The tit for tat stuff.
Right. And then once you get another girlfriend or boyfriend, that's another issue. Because somebody don't want somebody around each other kids. But we got past that part without getting too nasty. Then I came home. And then once I came home and got together with myself, and I set my standards and I left them right there.
Right.
But being a parent is tough. If you're not together, it's tougher.
Mm-hmm.
Tougher, and you gotta deal with it, man. Some ups and downs, some good days and bad days, but somebody gotta be an adult and talk it out.
And sometimes that can be hard.
Yeah, that's the hard part, is talking it out and seeing eye to eye.
Right.
So,
what advice would you give to another brother who's having issues with their co-parenting situation and just seems like nothing that they tried is working?
Two things. It all depends on what the problem is. It's either money, the main problem, or time. Because somebody get more time than somebody else, or somebody's paying more than somebody else.
Right.
And in my little circle and my little friends that I deal with at work, off work, the main issue was time and money. But the other thing was like the other girlfriend or boyfriend was in the picture, or taking pictures and posting on Facebook or Snapchat or Instagram, like, this your boyfriend, and y'all taking pictures, and I didn't meet the guy,
right,
or meet the girl, or just being like, you happy, I'm not happy, that's not gonna work.
Since you're not happy, you want me to be unhappy.
Correct. And I said, man, if you got a girlfriend, man, keep her to the, keep her off, keep her to the side. When you have one, when you have your daughter, make sure it's your time, nobody else's.
Right.
I was big on that. My daughter came in town. Hey, just know if she's here for them 14, 15 days, you're not gonna see me. And if you can respect that, then we can't be together.
Right.
She's not from this county. She came in town for 3 weeks. You can't wait 3 weeks. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not coming over. You're not coming over. And that's it. But the big thing is, man, communication and understanding is real big. And don't be nasty to each other.
Yeah, because that can take a whole different level. I've seen, whether it's relatives, friends, fraternity brothers, clients, I have seen women do some spiteful stuff, all because they're not over the relationship. They hate the fact that this really pisses them off. When he moves on,
right,
and he's in a more stable situation than he was with her, whether his income has increased, whether him and this new woman just have this, they just work, they just click. Women can be spiteful. I remember having a case one time where, the children were removed from the mall, and I go to the shelter here, and Now, prior to the shelter hearing, the child protective investigator, everybody had been trying to locate this father. They always want to try to find the father, the parents, the next kin, because if not, they're going into shelter or foster.
Right.
So I remember me, the child protective investigator, the attorneys, nobody could find this quote unquote father. She had said to our face, he's not around, he's never been around, don't know the last time I heard from him. So you thinking this man just some deadbeat daddy. And mind you, now her family was corroborating this story, so I'm thinking it's true.
Mm-hmm.
I'll never forget, I'm at the hearing, I'm standing at the podium and we're having a dialogue with the judge and stuff like that. And when it gets to the part of addressing the father, I'm of the attorney says for the department, said that, we weren't able to find him, he's not around, he's not present. Now I'm facing the judge. A lot of you not, Nick. I hear a voice behind me in the corner saying, that's a lie, I'm right here. So somehow this man was able to find out about this for him. And we found out that not only has he been present, he would get his daughter every other weekend. He had just spent Christmas with the child. And the issue is that he had to moved on. The baby mama living in the projects. He's moved on to another woman who got kids, and then they had a child together. And they had this nice house out in Palm Bay. And she was the kind of woman that she's gonna uphold her man. I'm gonna help you be better, I'm gonna support you, what are your goals? And we're gonna help build something together. So of course, he was living life quite different than she was. And so when the department got involved, just that spitefulness, just that, it was crazy. It was crazy. But women will definitely do some crazy stuff.
Yeah, that happens a lot, man. I don't see my homeboy car get bashed in, flat tires, bleached clothes, because they broke up.
Right.
And he moved on, or she just didn't want to let go of the relationship. Sometimes it don't work, and it go both ways. Some guys do the most, kind of fight other guys and beat girls. That's just too much, man. Like, and people being because once you move on and move up, people get mad.
Absolutely.
Oh, she had all that. That's fine. That's fine. I don't need all that.
She for me.
Right. I don't need all that. But like you said, it's support, team working, make sure I'm doing my job and keep me accountable, and taking care of my daughter, or supporting my daughter, when I'm not there, because it's hard. It's hard to be a step parent. It's not hard, but the dad or mom makes it harder on the other person.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I need to meet him or meet her because I'm not having nobody else around my child. That's not your choice. I'm her dad. I make decisions who can be around my daughter. If she's not good, then I should be the one.
Absolutely.
Now you can tell me how you feel, because that's your opinion. Cool. As long as we're both grown, we should pick somebody who can be a father or stepfather at 1 and a father at 2.
Mm-hmm.
Be a great man, because everybody, I had plenty of role models that was stepdads that fed me, took me to practice, took me to school, and now I call them dad. Hey dad, hey pops, because that's how I see them at a time. Another dad. I had my own dad, but coaches.
Absolutely.
Best friends, parents pick you up, stay the night, feed you, buy you clothes. That's a great role model. That's a coach. But I've seen guys get nasty, girls get real nasty. That's a female trait. But that makes it hard on the men, man. Sometimes on the guys, they just leave. Like, no, I'm not dealing with this. I'm gone. Put me on child support. I don't care. You know, because
Right.
life is hard, man. Like, you know, life is stressful. And now I got to deal with you nagging and cussing and carrying on. And because when you get it, might come to your job. And now they in the parking lot, you know, on top of your car, or they on Facebook talking about you. And come on now. Come on.
Do you
You
feel
know.
obligated? Well, I'm pretty sure I know the answer. I'm pretty sure knowing you answers no. But
Mhm.
so I'll change the question. At what point do you think it is time for you to inform the baby mama that you're in a new relationship?
There's no time frame. Is when you get ready to, hey, I mean, really, there's no rule on that. If you want to say, hey, you know, I have a girlfriend now, you know, A, B, C, and D,
Right,
you
right.
know, she gonna be around our daughter, you know, whatever y'all comfortable with the whole process, really. It can be 2 months in, 3 months in. For me, it's gonna take a while because first we gotta vibe first, you know, and then when my daughter come in town, you can stop by, you know, say, hey, how you doing? And we're gonna build that bond first with her, and then, you know, go from there. But most times kids gonna tell it anyway. Hey, daddy got a girlfriend, mommy got a boyfriend. So, but most times I haven't had to do that. Because I feel like I didn't have to.
Okay.
She had her boyfriends, boyfriends, whatever boyfriend at the time. I didn't. She didn't. We didn't have a phone conversation. You know, one day I was in town. Hey, Nick, this is such and such. Or what's up, man? How you doing? Good. And that's it. You know, our guys, we just short and sweet.
Right, right.
What's up, bro? You all right? Cool, cool, cool. Get my daughter and we slide. You
Business,
know,
right.
most girls want to go on Facebook and see who their friends are and do a background check. We're not doing all that. If that's your man, cool. As man to man, he should know. Don't hit my child, hurt my child. Because if he do, there's no talking. You know,
Hello.
that's the man code basically. Hey man, that's my son, and she should know that off rip. Hey, my baby daddy crazy or he wild. So you know, any chastising, she should handle that. Now, once you get to a certain point of like being married or engaged, y'all should have a talk. Hey man, you know, what's your name? This is what I expect from, you know, you as a father or stepfather. You know, my son gonna respect you as Mr. Whatever, Tyrone, Larry, whatever your name is. Respect him. If any issues, you can call me. You know, that's what men supposed to do at a certain age. You know,
So if she gets married, there will never be a situation where you'd be okay with him disciplining your child.
as as a dog, as far as hitting her,
Yeah.
no, don't hit her.
But your child's 13, so you ain't gonna be in no
Yeah,
13.
yeah. If she wrong, she wrong. Now, if you're gonna take a cell phone or ground her, you know, that's fine. You know, washing dishes or what, that's fine because she wrong for that. You
And the
know,
belt's picking them lids.
correct. But far as the contact, now let her mama do that or let me do that.
Right, right.
Now, she ain't gonna go right hitting you. You know, I ain't that crazy, but you know, just don't put your hands on her in that type of manner.
Have you been in a situation where you've been in a relationship and you feel like it was time for her to meet your daughter, or you haven't been there yet?
Yeah, I've been there, and it worked out great. Because it was a slow process, and once I did that, man, it was like, whew. Now I feel better. She likes her. My girl loves Natalie. You know what I'm saying? It was a great match because I took it as a slow process. You know, we went out bowling. Hey, you can come by meet my daughter, stay for a little minute. You know, hey, Natalie, this is such and such. This is my friend. You know, boom. And then next time, hey, my friend, come with us to dinner. Boom. And then slowly and slowly, you know, and built that relationship. You know, they went to the pool together. That they went skating together. You know, and I was cool with that, and she was comfortable with her, and vice versa.
What's one mistake that you've made that you absolutely do not want to see your child make?
Whew. In relationship or just in life?
In general, any mistake you made.
Not believing in yourself.
Okay.
Fully. Like I think I can. No. No. If you want to do it, do it. Go for it. Having confidence. Is big, or not going for what you want. If it's a business, or if it's school, or if it's a job. That's part of my biggest regret, not going for what I wanted. Not taking that chance to go out there and experience life. Moving out of state, and doing
You've
that.
always been in Florida, right?
Right. Always been in Florida. Always. I had chances to go, like, move to Georgia and go to Kansas or Arizona for school, but I was like, that's too far. And my parents are kind of holding me back. That's too far for you to go. Stay in Florida. But that part of my biggest regret, not taking that chance.
So relationships. I want to segue into relationships because you share some interesting topics, and not topics, interesting experiences and opinions. And I think it's great being in a situation where, as a single parent, to a certain extent, you're a parent, you are single. Dating can come with its challenges. Dating can be quite interesting. You talked about just the process of slowly introducing someone to your daughter, and just what that is like, and the fact that it works. And I think that's important because you, especially having a daughter, and I guess more so from the mom's perspective, every time you turn around, a different man. I definitely think that gives the wrong opinion as a lady.
Right.
For you, when you look at dating, for you, are you into love languages? Is that something that you even focus on when it comes to attracting and engaging with women, or you just, how do you go about that initial feeding of the relationship?
I'm more on the vibe and how you carry yourself. Now, when I was younger, the 19, 20, 21, I wanted to find this girl. Like we all do. We want to find this girl. But now as I get older, I want to find out that's going to know how to carry herself. Hold down a job. Hold down a job, because that's very important nowadays.
Absolutely.
Cook and clean, support each other, So I'm more on the vibe and the positive thing you're doing, not being, being so loud. I'm big on how you carry yourself, basically.
Ghetto don't work for you.
You're right.
Yeah,
Right.
whether it's relationship, friendship, Nick don't do ghetto.
No. I never have, never will. Nothing wrong with that. That's just me.
Not your thing, right?
Yeah, that's my thing. I don't knock it because everybody like something different.
If a woman cheats on you, are you able to forgive her and move on or move forward?
That's a good question.
Would depend on the situation.
For me, I will be heartbroken. Like, man, can it be repairable? I'm gonna say yes, because that's just me being honest. Most guys not having that.
Right.
It's one and done. But for me, it'd be yes. Now I wouldn't tell everybody like, yeah, my girl cheated on me, but I just hold that for the team. Like, you know what? Yeah, you got me this time.
Hello.
But now the trust is damn near gone. Excuse the language, but it's almost gone. Yeah, because once the trust is gone, it's like, now it's just walking on blind faith. Like, she do, she don't, she don't. So yeah, to answer that question, yes. But it's also how it's crazy. It's how you cheat. You know what I'm saying? If I come home and y'all in my house, oh then no.
That's a whole different situation. Yeah.
Yeah. Now you're crossing all boundaries. You know what I'm saying? It's rules to it, which is sad to say. It's rules to cheat. You can't have a man in the house and in the bed and so on and so forth. When I walk in,
It is a way that you can do it respectfully.
correct, which is crazy, but that's true. You know.
Because I think, back in our grandparents' days or older, I know you have older parents than me, but back in our grandparents' days and older, we didn't know that crap was going on. And the wives stayed. The wives may have known about it, or they may not. But I tell you one thing, they most of them went about it in a respectful way. It never came to the doorstep. So whatever
Correct.
stayed out there, it stayed out there at her house or wherever y'all was. People wasn't bold enough to come to the doorstep or bring the person to the home where you have your kids and your family.
Right. Well, that's crazy. One of my coworkers' wife said, if he cheat, he cheat. You better keep it out there. And when that check come in the house every 2 weeks, I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
He owe anyway, and we both owe. So he want to go out and get some. That's fine. That check come here, and if that check short, he in trouble, and so is she.
I love somebody.
Okay.
As long as you're taking care of home.
That's it.
And what I signed up for, you're still obliging to. Your
right.
Out there, whatever.
Right, and they was in there. So he was 50, 55, 56, and they been married, since they were like 20. So, it's still young, but she's like, well, he ain't going nowhere. I'm not going nowhere. So if he want to go out and get a little tail, that's on him. But he know where home at. And if I catch him, he know he dead. And he started laughing, but he like, yeah, I'm dead. So
If you're in a relationship with someone, predictability can get boring. Sometimes you gotta spice it up. Sometimes you gotta switch it up a little bit and make things fun and interesting. So I'm curious, if a chick that you're in a relationship with was to want to introduce certain things to your relationship, I'm curious of what your opinion would be. So I'm gonna throw a few things at you. And I want you to let me know if it's something that you'd be cool with or if it's a hell no for me.
Okay.
Swinging. Another couple.
That's new to me. Not with me and no. For me, my girl, no. But I could take part in that, but she not.
I know that's right.
Yeah, I'm being selfish, but
Yeah.
But it's truly that's a new thing that I don't come in contact with in the last 2 or 3 years.
Okay.
Not physically, but like hearing about it. I got invited to a swinger party before, but I didn't go. I don't know why, but I didn't go. I wanted to go to see how see how it is, like the environment, because it sounds crazy, but it's a real thing, man. I didn't know that it's a real thing.
Yeah. What about toys?
Yeah, I'm down for her. Yes, I'm down for the toys.
Okay.
That's work for me. But yeah, I'm down for toys.
What about for you? What if she want to tie you up or
No.
whipping thing?
No. I'm not going to jail, and I'm not no slave. You're not going to beat me with nothing.
Would you ever let her blindfold you?
Yeah, but I need my hands free.
So your hands can't be. Okay, let me ask you a question. Have you ever watched Love and Hip Hop?
Yes.
So I don't know if you remember the episode when one of Young Jock's old women, they was in the room about to handle some business, and he into crazy shit. So she tied him up to the bed, and she had like strawberries, chocolate, whatever she had. Eyes was open, he ain't had no blindfold on, but the feet and legs were tied up.
No. Don't tie me up. You can do all that without tying me up.
Okay.
Because I don't know what you got back in your head. You might tell us do something. I don't seen First 48, all them shows.
Hello. You know what's funny? He cheated. So he didn't know that she knew.
See what I'm saying?
So she lured him in there under the pretense of, we finna get it popping. And she started like whipping him and forcing the fool out on his face, showed him the video footage that she had as far as proof, and left his grab her shit and left him right there.
See what I'm saying?
I don't know how he got down.
Or now I'm in bed for 3 days, tied up. No.
You can't talk about it because your cell phone on the table or wherever it's at.
Right. And by then she probably took it with her and threw it out the bushes, So I'm cool with the blindfold and
right.
The fruit and stuff, but don't tie me up.
Right.
I get nervous. I have a panic attack.
What about threesome?
I think that's on most guys' list. I haven't had one. If it comes, it comes. It don't, it don't. Especially nowadays in 2021, there's corner stuff going on.
You telling me this house in your 20s and all that partying and girls and you never had an offer?
I never had threesome that I can say.
Well,
now,
not had it, but have you ever been offered one?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Talking wise, like, yeah, we can. I'm down for that. Okay, cool, no problem. Like, it sounds good, but it never expired to take place. To that effect. People love talking at that age. I'm down for whatever. Okay, yeah, cool. But I never, took part in that. But I have been in a house when one happened.
Okay.
But never like, it was just like I'm there chilling, and then what? Where y'all going?
Right.
Oh, okay. I'll do your thing then,
Have you been to a sex party?
I have not, man. I'm late. I'm late. I've been to one of them pajama jams y'all be having with the whipped cream. Now that back in college was the best thing I probably came close to.
I'm sure, yeah.
The lingerie pajama jam.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what y'all call it. The words y'all call it was like, okay, cool. I'm there.
Yeah, because I know my bros that they used to have pajama jam a lot.
Yeah.
Every year in Orlando.
Yep. Right there, exactly.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Lord, yeah. When it comes to actual dates, you're so funny. So I kind of some of what I guess you're gonna say. When it comes to dates, do you expect to pay all the time? Are you cool if she decides she wants to pay, or?
When it comes to paying, I don't mind paying, but not every time. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
That third one, if you ain't reaching in your purse or your bag to say, baby, I got it, or we can go half, or you pay our tip. After that third one, oh boy, it's a wrap.
And you've been in a situation before.
Yeah. That's why I had my name a while ago, let her pay, because I was in that same predicament.
I remember that, yeah.
We went to a basketball game. No. I offered to go to a game, but she wanted to see. LeBron was down in Miami at the time.
Okay.
And to come to Orlando. I'm like, well, you want to see a game? It's around my birthday. Yeah, we can go. So we want this game right here. Oh, I want to see LeBron and Wade play. Well, them tickets are a little more expensive than regular tickets.
Yeah.
Right. I said, well, no. And we used to start talking. We got a month in, so like I don't know. I know you, but I don't know you like that.
Hello.
So we didn't go. We ended up going out to eat. 1, 2, 3. She ain't offer to pay nothing or tip nothing. Like, come on now. At least you can tip. The third time. Yeah. So after that third time, I just kind of fell back because I feel like you wasn't trying to even you know. And we went to the basic. We went to Chili's the first time. That was cool. Red Lobster. That was cool. And then went somewhere nice in Vieira. Nice little restaurant.
Right.
Casual.
Right.
Okay, cool. I haven't been here before. It's your idea. Cool. Get there. We eat little shrimp pasta and little bread, stuffed a little oil.
Right. Right.
The fine dining stuff, the silverware, the wine. So I go check come. I go in my wallet. I pull out like cool. And what I got it. You paid the last 2 times. Nope. I paid. I tipped. I took her home. And to that, boy, it was a wrap.
I know that's right.
And I backed off because like, come on now. And this is where I was, make effort, So I'm saying you ain't gotta pay the whole meal, but hey, at least offer, hey, babe, I got mine, or you got yours, or you pay, I tip, or whatever.
And is this partly because you want to see that you have some potential in being a partnership? Not
correct.
Everything all the time. How are we gonna be a partnership if you're not contributing in any way?
Exactly. Yeah, it ain't the money, it's the effort. Effort. Hey, do you need any help? You need something? Hey, babe, I got a tip. Or how about this? I got drinks, you got the food.
Right.
That's teamwork. That's being considerate. The third or fourth date. First 2 times, most guys, the first time, I got everything. Second time, no problem. Third time, now we seeing if you gonna reach in that purse and say, babe, I got this, or hey, you got drinks, I got the food, something. We ain't saying buy the whole meal, but make effort.
When it comes to relationship, what are let's say 3 things that you need, not want, but 3 things that you feel like you need in a relationship?
Now I need support. Right? I'm gonna get that back to you. Support. From work, from home, to your friends, family. That's 1. I'm gonna need my time. That's big for me now. My time, which is if it's going to the gym, that's my time.
Right.
If it's just going to get my haircut, that's my time. So if it's going down to Buffalo Wild Wings and having a drink with my boys, that's my time.
Absolutely.
I need that. That's them 2. I definitely need. And the 3 is just understand that also I'm a father too. Like, so my daughter come down for the weekend. If we live together, not live together, just we can still do our little boyfriend and girlfriend thing with my daughter, but I'm gonna need my time with my child.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
And I'm gonna need you. I'm gonna just the support is real big for me. Support, time, and peace.
Yeah.
Yeah. So support, time, and peace, which is my peace can be us sitting together. We can talk about a lot of stuff, but don't be my headache, my peace. We can talk. We can argue, fine, but at least But yeah, support and my time and peace.
Absolutely. When it comes to dating and relationship, because like you said, you are a father. When it comes to dating someone who has kids, is there a limitation on the amount of kids? What are your views on that? Dating somebody with kids or a child?
Nowadays at our age, it's hard to find a girl without at least 1.
That's at our age.
Yes. So for me, if there's a limit, for me, I would say no more than 3. Two is great. Like 2 is right there. Well, you got 3, but you handling your business. They all well taken care of. Then yeah, because I'm gonna come on to that and add to that. I'm not take away from that. Now, you got 3 bad ones. I don't know about all that.
That's gonna be a problem.
It'll be a problem. But I have one. So if she has one, cool. If she has two, great. But you got three, I need to see what's going on first.
Right.
Because that's nowadays.
Because are you gonna want more? Do you want one more?
I do want one more.
Okay.
But the time is ticking. I told myself at 39, 40 is the date, cutoff date.
And I figure that because with you being athletic, track, football, basketball, I'm sure you and God, you know, especially if you're able to have a boy, I'm sure you're going to go out there and do that father-son sports stuff. Not
Right.
too old to be able to, you know, dribble a ball a little bit. Like you can't even go out there and throw the ball around.
Correct. But also, I 40, 41, you have a kid, that's 20 years, you be 60, 61, 62. You're still young, you know, but I want to try to enjoy my 55 to 60, if Lord willing. Kid or no kid. 40, you know, 39, 40, 20 to be 60, that's great. They're leaving high school, going to college. That's still young. I'm still working, you know. Lord willing, I'm still working and providing for my household. My wife, I don't want another kid outside of being married. Personally, I don't, but you know, it is what it is. But yeah, I want one more, you know. But if I don't have one more, if she has one or two, great. But I have a few homegirls they have three boys or three kids, and they're doing their thing as a single parent, single mom. They rocking it, they killing it, and I give them much respect, you know.
One thing that I know we had this conversation, I guess a little bit ago, and I think it's important to hear this perspective. Relationships, you know, you talk about men are from Venus, women are from Mars, or whatever the saying is, and how it's hard to understand men and just all that kind of stuff. And I think in our culture, a lot of times women of color do not understand the desire that our Black men have with dating other races. And I know that growing up, you know, we always had this this joke associated with Nick. That, and you know what's so crazy though? Before we get into that, I remember, you know, because since middle school, junior high, you know, that was something that was associated with McGriff. And, you know, we get into high school, we're at the same high school. Mm-hmm. And I remember it was our senior year, I believe, when you started dating, you know, Miss Coops. Yeah. I don't know what it is, but Miss Coops. And I remember it be, how the hell, Nick, how he pulled this one? Because we expect you to be with another race, and then you pull arguably one of the most popular girls in school. They did go on to be prom king and queen, by the way, of my class.
But you were part of that though, so don't get it twisted.
I was very shocked. Being friends with both of them. I think we got closer just because, you know, me and her been friends since 7th grade. So y'all been together, me and you got closer. But I ain't gonna lie, it was shocking. We expected to see you with a snow bunny. Right. So when you end up pulling one of the baddest chicks at Palmy High, we was like, what the heck? But it fit. It worked. It fit. And I'm just talking about at that time. Those were some of the best conversations because you have always been a fool. She ain't got the most sense either, which is probably why we're so close. And sometimes the way y'all personalities would, you know, come together, it was hilarious. It was hilarious. You definitely gave me and Tanisha and other people some great laughs, but you said something that I thought was very important in our conversation when you expressed to me how it can be easier, for lack of better words, dating someone of that other race versus one of our own. Because our women, and not all, of course, but some have the tendency to bring levels of stress and frustration to the table.
Right.
Whereas this other race seems to, and we're not talking about the submissive stuff, because I know that's a stereotype that our people like to throw out there with white women. The submissiveness
Right.
of men is so much more than that. I feel for a lot of people, it's you use the word ease. Talk about that. Talk about the difference, and I mean, this is your life experiences, so you're talking from experience.
Yeah. Now, there's no knock on either race.
Right.
And sometimes it's also where you at the time. So coming from our county is more whites
Right.
and blacks, or even let's say the school system. My school, I was only a black person in my classroom, me and two other people. So about three at tops. So elementary, middle school, or junior high was mostly dominantly white.
Right.
So that's all I saw around me, and a few Spanish and Cubans, so on and so forth. Then the high school came around, and now it's a little bit of a mix, but more of us now. But when far to dating them or talking to them, it seems like it's easy to talk to them or have a conversation with them without getting a look or but nope, I got a man, just whatever. It just seems easier to talk to them.
Right.
Now dealing with us and our females, they both require, a certain type of standards. If you wasn't a football player, or you wasn't the drug dealer, or if you wasn't that guy in school,
easy money, potentially
right,
a certain lifestyle.
Right. So they wouldn't talk to you. On the other hand, the other girls, they just like being around us. If you in a band or football, basketball, you're a sports guy. Cause I played sports, so it was easy to, be around them. They had a lot more parties than we did.
Correct.
Cause we didn't have no house parties, so we would go there 4 or 5 deep, and go there, laugh, kick it, eat the food.
Yeah.
But far as I got older and started getting into dating, more now back to the high school girl, we had a great time. We both had the same personalities, both hard-headed, both stubborn.
Yes, Lord.
But it worked. But I mean, I appreciate her still to this day. I learned a lot from her. But fast forward to now, I've dated both races, and it just seems like the argument and the bickering is less with them than with us.
Right.
I don't know why. There's no finger on. I can't say this is the reason why. Maybe because the upbringing is different.
Mm-hmm.
It goes back to not having a father in the home, or seeing their mother argue and bicker with their dad all the time. So they figure that, that's the way to do it with this man.
Right.
So take that to me. I didn't see my mom and my dad argue, so I'm not a big arguer. Who like to argue. Now on her hand, she don't mind arguing, or speaking on my daughter's mom, she has a strong personality to argue or debate. That's not me. But when it comes to dating the white girls, it seems a lot more easier to deal with dating them. They seem a little more happy all the time and perky all the time, are willing to help.
And that's a big
or
thing.
Yeah, or not talk about you when it get bad, or spray you on Facebook.
Right.
Now dating us, they want to, some, not all. So I can never say all. Some, depends who you talk to and date. They will spray you. They'll talk bad about you, cuss you out, and when they can get nasty,
Right.
Both of them can. So it's just like you got to pick your poison. But from my experience, I just came in contact with more of them, that was easy to talk to and hang out with and just vibe with. With our girls, it's more of a who is that? Or, why you looking over there? Like, is where you going? Who you with? Oh, you with Ramon? Them? Oh, he ain't no good. Okay, got nothing to do with me. We
Right.
going to get something to drink.
Right.
Y'all going to chase some girls. That's probably him, not me.
Right.
That's your boy. Listen, man, like your friends not all good either, you know.
Hello.
So if y'all go out to the girls' night, have your girls' night, no problem. But want to do boys' night at Buffalo Wild Wings? All that yapping and carrying on, what for? You know, I need my space. You go get your hair done for 2 or 3 hours. That's your space with your girls. You chit chat and talk. I'm going to the bar to have me a drink or two and chit chat and talk.
Right.
But it seems less stress dealing with the white ladies and less it's more of the black ladies that giving you all the hassle and you know.
So one makes it easy, one tends to add more stress than necessary.
Correct. Some, not all.
Right, of course, yeah.
But those shows, all them shows that be on TV when we be fighting and carrying on, that doesn't help us either. You know.
That is true. That is true.
And you see a lot of them having shows doing all that. You know, you might have one or two, but you have all these series of reunions and we always fighting and carrying on. Every show we fighting and carrying on.
And they expect
fighting.
They expect that out of us.
Right. That's the standard. Oh, they gonna fight and carry on. You don't see a lot of them white shows doing all that. You see them on the beach dating, they having these big parties, hanging out. We at somebody's house partying, we fighting, throwing bottles, we fighting each other.
They're
because
shooting.
of what?
Yeah.
Right, man. Like, come on, man. It's just like the stereotype, and they want to live on that standard. You know.
Absolutely. What are some things that women that you've noticed women just love to do, but for you it's such a huge turn on?
They want to tell all the business.
To you or to other people?
To other people. I'm big on holding water. You know, let's hold the water, let's build, and then come out. But don't tell everybody what's going on every minute of the day. Or talking down on your man, or I'm big on being negative, basically. Don't be negative all the time. Because it'll jump on you, you know.
Absolutely.
If you always complain about life and this and that and what Larry got and what Susie got, okay.
Mind your business.
Right. Sometimes you don't want what they got, you know.
Hello.
They might got all the money in the house and car, but they might got bad health, you know. So don't be being negative. For me is my pet peeve. Yeah. Don't be negative, you know, and the attitude thing. Like, have a positive attitude. Because I'm a more positive guy, laid back. If you out here negative and always want to argue about something, yeah, you can go on about your business with that one.
That's right. So I have 5 questions that are just random that I thought about. You know what? I'm going to throw some questions at Nick. And you know, I'll end the conversation with this, just to get to know some of what Nick is thinking. So the first question, if you could have lunch with anyone in the world, living or dead, who would you want to have this dinner with? And why?
With lunch, it would probably be truly. It'd probably be my grandma.
Okay.
Because my grandma was like the rock of the family, and you know, going through high school and college, she's from Georgia, so we didn't go up there all the time because you know, getting to high school, you'd be so busy,
right,
doing nothing, really nothing,
right.
But so I missed out on the talks and the family reunions and getting the knowledge from grandma and the history and just the like why was she so strong, and what makes her that way.
Absolutely.
that's why we big on, man, and just giving her the last, you know, it's all about knowledge. As far as grandma, I'm
That's
not big on like
yeah.
I'm not big on celebrities like that. I mean, I see in my way, but you know that history from grandma or granddad or even my brother. He passed away in '98.
Right.
Didn't talk with him, um, and have a little lunch and have the last word. You know.
Yeah. That's yeah. Um, whether you like it or not, what is the
Mhm.
craziest thing a chick has ever done to you?
Oh, oh man, this girl told me she was pregnant and said it was mine, but then it wasn't, and try to make me give her like $500 for I guess the abortion,
Uh-huh.
but it ended up being one of my teammates in college. In college, so we got to talking and carrying on. You're like, man, she said it was mine. So when she,
Wait, she told
so
both of y'all it was y'all, baby?
yes,
Yeah, no.
so I'm sorry, what it was, she wanted to, two stories. She wanted to pledge Delta. I'm sorry, Delta, but she wanted to pledge Delta.
Uh-huh.
So she wanted to get the money up. And so she said she was pregnant. She said it was mine. She said it was his. But me being so patient, so now, so I go around there. I bought a little test, and I go around there. I give it a test. Yeah, she was pregnant. You know, but what it was is she had the same exact test that I bought. True story. Okay, cool. I bought a chicken coop. Chicken. True story. So we go out now. We talking, hang out, took the test. Boom. I come back. I call one of our good friends. Tell her what happened. She's like, what? She said she told what's his name too. So I call him. So she ended up calling. She ended up calling me. So no, I ended up calling him. Call her on three-way. She's like, well, Nick, I'm gonna be honest with you. It's not yours. It's somebody else's. But he not on up to it. And da da da. Will you give me some money so I can? I'm like, man, I don't know about all that. I can't give you a lot, but if that's something you want to do with your body, that's fine. So
Uh-huh.
I ended up giving her like a few dollars on top of that. We hung up, and the next week she was on the Delta, the whole process.
Right.
She was getting money from these dudes saying that she was pregnant, so on and so forth, but she wasn't.
So she
But
told
had
more, she told more than y'all two.
she told me and told him. Now
You don't know
other
how many
guys,
people she told.
correct,
Oh
but
my
she
God.
had some money to join, but she didn't have all the money. But she didn't end up finishing the process. She ended up dropping out and moving back home. But
So she
that
had
was
you
a great,
for no reason.
yeah, she was
So
crazy,
wait,
man.
was she even pregnant?
I,
We don't know.
I don't know. The
That's
test said yeah, but when I saw the test, but it's probably an old test.
right. I'm telling you
And,
where she got
and-
that from.
right, and she had two kids already, two kids, and she's from Alabama. Alabama, matter of fact,
Hell no.
Redbone from Alabama. Great day.
If you were to pick a theme song to represent your experience with dating, what would it be?
Whew. Um, that's a good one, man. I had a few songs I can just call out. um, uh, come back to me on that one. Let me think of that one.
What was the worst date you've been on?
The worst that I've been on. Mm. Let's see where I was. I was in I was in Jacksonville. I don't know what girl it was. It's some random girl I met. We went on a date, and she met me there. Matter of fact, I was there, on time. She's about almost like an hour later, almost. I'm coming. I'm catching the ride. When I get there, she get there, and she looking like, what the hell you got on?
Oh wow.
She had on the little, the braids and so on and so forth. But her outfit was just like crazy. So we sit down and eat, and she didn't. I don't eat this. You don't eat this. It's just a regular Italian. Italian. I want some ribs and chicken. Like what? I said this place. You said yeah. You here?
And now
Can
you
we
don't
go?
eat this.
Right. She wanted some ribs and chicken. It's not a thing. Then we go to the barbecue spot then and do all that.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm dressed up. I'm nice and got my little cologne on. My little
Right.
curve back then.
Right.
Um, she was just this ungrateful, really, man. Of just the whole date, just attitude was bad and talking about what kind of car I drive and this. What kind of car is this?
Trying to see what boxes you check.
Right, like like it was just bad on that note as far as the being ungrateful, being rude to the people.
Right.
You don't be rude to the man who serve your food now. That's crazy.
I know that's right. Has a chick ever asked you to do something that was an absolute hell no to you or for you?
Yeah. A few things.
Jesus.
Nothing like off the wall. Well, I don't do all that eating the booty. I
Okay.
don't. That's in now. But the crazy thing was like, hey, I can borrow $500. For what?
Right.
I want to get this bag. Oh, that'd be a no. Stop playing. I'm not playing with you. We cool now, but we ain't on that type of terms where I'm just handing out $500 to you like that.
Right.
No, you want this bag, but you ain't got no job, or you ain't got the job for it. We see the bag, but you got a job, but you got a job, but you ain't got a career. At that time, we both was in Jacksonville, young and working, but bag for what? $500 for a bag? Oh no, no, I'm good on that. Or take her down to Miami and drop her off. What?
What you in Miami for?
Huh. Right. Better catch a ride with somebody else. I don't want to ride with them. Girl, I'm not going down there.
I know, Nick.
Can't do it.
What about the song? Do you think when you come up with a song?
Only thing I keep hearing is keep playing in my head is R. Kelly.
Oh jeez.
Juvenile 400 degrees.
Oh, you took it back.
Bet that thing up. And Hammer can't touch this.
That is so funny. What made those songs? What about those songs describe your dating life?
Because Hammer was like he danced. He had his own style. Jerry curl. And when them pants, them big old pants, and I had like 2 or 3 of them. But when I got older, I read his documentary, and he was a giver. From Oakland, California. Didn't bother nobody. Nobody bothered him, and he was a giver, man. Back to his own community, feeding the homeless, to the schools. R. Kelly was a legend, as we all know that.
Right.
12 Play was a great song, I remember. Juvenile, the Hot Boys was a great song back then in my little era. Growing up with Reebok Classics and Jabos. And I like Boyz II Men too. That's a good group.
Oh, yeah,
Great song. Just those songs, man. Them all just always part of my life, music wise and fun wise and dancing and dress code with the white tees and Reeboks and R. Kelly, 12 Play was the song you wanted to try to get your girl ready. 12 Play. Okay.
Listen, man, you definitely shared good feedback. I remember when just you becoming a dad, and when I think of fatherhood, you're definitely one of the ones that I've always admired and respected just because of the journey, and just because of the dedication. And I always gravitate or just love when I see our black men being really good fathers, especially coming from someone who didn't have one.
Right.
And so that's great. And I've always felt like when it came to dating, you always had interesting stories and feedback. So, I definitely think that you definitely share some things that are important. And I don't know what you're doing for Father's Day, but I hope whatever it is, it's a good time. I know your baby girl will be here with you, right?
Yeah, she'll definitely be here.
That's good. That's good. Um, and then we're dating. Hopefully, you'll be down the aisle soon. I can have a reason to get me.
Yeah, definitely. I'll be down now after you, for sure. Um, but to all the fathers and stepdads and coaches, man, be a great one. Um, love on the kids, man. Support the kids. Support any kid, that's doing great. If they're doing wrong, teach them. Don't have to yell, but teach them because they don't know. Some kids don't have fathers at all. They don't have a male mentor. So to be a man mentor, you're gonna be a father or stepfather because that's a big role. But at least guide him with information, not with money, but information. If you can feed a child, feed a child. Beans and rice go a long way. A hot dog go a long way. Chips can go a long way. You know, and because some kids don't have food at home or don't have a father at home or can't afford a new pair of t-shirts. I'm big on giving back now. If it's tipping more, I'm gonna tip more. If I can stop and get a kid a ride or talk to a high school kid, I'm doing that more. Cause I feel like that's what I need to do. And right now at the moment is give back to the youth.
Paying it forward to the next generation.
Yeah, or giving the other fathers advice, man. Nigga, how you do this, man? Bro, talk to her, talk to her. If you gotta go to court, do your child support, pay your money, but get your child at the same time. It's hard. It sounds easy, but it's hard to do because you're paying this money to get your child. But in the end of the day, man, it's not the child's fault that y'all arguing. Y'all not seeing eye to eye. And as men or as adults, talk it out. That's the only way to make it work. Talk it out. Come to some kind of agreement.
Yeah.
And without going to court, that'd be the best thing. If she take them to school, you pick them up, or vice versa. If you can't get them on every day, get them on weekends, but figure something out as adults.
Y'all decide what's best for y'all, not the courts.
Correct. Because when they get involved, it's a wrap. Now they're talking about they want to see paychecks and stubs and somebody got Snapchat pictures and screenshots of what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Then the kids are involved and everybody telling, and don't tell the kids what's going on between y'all two. That's real big. My parents never did that. Never to this day, never did that. Hey, daddy outside. All right, I'm gone, ma. All right, love you, bye.
Big grown folks been between grown folks. Don't put the kids into it.
Exactly, because they don't understand the way. They're gonna try to take sides at 8, 10, 11. That's crazy.
Right.
And support the kids, man. And happy Mother's Day to all the mothers. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers and stepfathers and the moms doing both jobs. Salute y'all. Dad's doing both jobs. Salute y'all. And find that girl, a mentor, a teacher, a auntie, a cousin, so she's somebody she can talk to. If her mom's not being a great mom, find her, a mentor, your sister. If your girlfriend can be a mentor, fine.
And on that note, sir, we are out of here. I appreciate it, homie.
Yes, sir.
And this is really great. I hope y'all enjoy everything that my guests had to share. Great fathers, and there's so many more out there. All the feedback they share, all those experiences and stories they've shared. And we have brothers all over this country that are being great fathers, that are paying it forward. And I think it's great what Nick said about coaches and teachers. You don't have to be a biological father to be a father in somebody's life.
Right.
So, with that being said, I appreciate my guests. I appreciate you all for tuning in. This was a special Father's Day episode that I wanted to do. And so I appreciate my guests and I appreciate everybody else and to all the fathers out there. Nick left y'all with some good nuggets, some good advice. So take heed and do what you got to do.
Yes.
Hey,
Thank you very much.
peace out, brother. Take care.
Yes. Enjoy the journey.
Absolutely appreciate it.
Well, that's it for the zone today. We are officially shutting it down. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And until next time, remember this. You deserve to be happy. You deserve to live a life you are excited about. Don't let others make you forget that.